Okay, so it's more or less time to pot up these TPS potato seedlings. You see they're getting fairly crowded, and there are some of them that are quite robust and healthy. There's a lot of variation in size, but what I'm going to just do is pop these out. You can see the root systems are pretty extensive, and then I'm just going to break it up and pick about 10 of the best looking plants. One, two, three, you can kind of see some of these have like some reddish purplish stems that may or may not indicate, you know, color in the potato skin. So then what I'm going to do, have my 10 chosen ones, and I have this 50 cell plug sheet here. What I'm just going to hook the seedlings over the edge. Okay? So they're basically just barely poking out of these cells. So there's the first 5. I got my potting mix here. I'm just gonna sort of sneak it in. Whoop, lost him. Come back, baby. So you see we buried almost the entirety of the plant. And so what'll happen is these guys will root all along the length of the buried stem, and so instead of being these really little fragile floppy things, they will now turn into some pretty robust little seedling plants, very firmly rooted in. You don't have to pick off the buried leaves or do anything to them. They'll be fine. So there we go. So that's 10 seedlings of Amy Azul. So there's a 50 cell tray full of 3 varieties worth, and we'll just water them in gently. And let them grow on, and they should really start to grow quickly now that they're in the individual cells, and they're going to have a lot more root mass. So, and they're much more sturdily rooted at this point. So this will really get them set on their way. And these cells are not that big, obviously, so you don't want to leave these guys in there too long to where they get severely root bound, because that might, in certain lines, especially ones that have like a tendency towards earliness, that will push them to tuberize inside the cell, and so you won't actually get a very accurate assessment of yield, because they'll switch over to tuberizing when they're still like a really tiny plant. So you don't want these to get too big in these trays, but they've got a good several weeks where they can grow on in here. Alright, so that's how you pot up your potato seedlings. I hope that was helpful for people and interesting, and yeah, it'll be exciting to see what these grow into, and we will follow them through the year. Okay?